I think a bunch of companies are doing AI because none of them, they're all run by people that don't do work. See, the average CEO doesn't do anything. They go from lunch to lunch, they go to meetings, they sometimes read their email, they sometimes answer their email, they get paid very well to make tough decisions that usually involve other people's lives, and they don't have much of a hand on the real work, productivity. So for them, an LLM is kind of magical. Wow, you can generate a document that I'm not going to read. You can summarize an email that I'm also not going to read. Oh, you can possibly send an email, even though LLMs still can't really do that reliably. Oh, you can check my calendar and see if I have some stuff and tell me when I might. Wow, how much does it cost? Oh, that much? Okay, maybe not then. Okay. And that's the thing. It's tough to reconcile reality with what these people are saying, and it just tells me we have an executive incompetence problem.
The balls on this guy. The balls on this guy. Keep in mind, I don't respect people like this. This guy is being praised as, a genius, and he does great analysis. No money in the markets. He's a Marxist who thinks America is racist, and all the CEOs are He's smarter than every tech CEO in the U.S. Keep in mind, most of them extensive technical backgrounds, right? I go actually look at these people's backgrounds. They know exactly what the hell's going on, and they do an astounding amount of work. Okay, it's the biggest load of BS from this Marxist America is racist and I don't put any money in the market. You're a loser. You're a grifter loser. I've never been so irritated at someone rising to popularity in my entire life than this loser who's got zero money in the market. Okay, he's not shorting anything. He's not long anything. He openly says he's not in the market. In this podcast, he talks about how America is inherently racist and evil and CEOs are stupid and everyone's dumb except for him. Even though, I did a full newsletter on this, by the way. And just in case you don't believe the guy with a bunch of Pokemon cards in the background, well, guess what? I quoted all the other experts that tore apart his analysis for the garbage it was. Okay? I'm sorry. It's trash. And a little tip for you guys who might be following people like this, and so you don't really know what's going on or what AI is capable of. But I've learned that if you share posts on X, it's like the best, amplifier for telling the algorithm what you want to see. So when I go on X, I see nothing but what top developers and coders are building, and it is just so impressive every single day. Never mind the micro models that Meta's building, Muse Glimmer, and the new Grok bots that just came out. I mean, this is the stuff that he was just talking about. Hey, I can't do emails. What are you even talking about? And that it's too expensive. What are you even talking about? You do not live in reality. You have not done your due diligence. Oh, I tried to use Claude to fix my son's Minecraft mod. Shut up, dude. Like, it is embarrassing that anyone is taking this seriously. Absolutely freaking embarrassing. I can have multiple LLMs for nearly free run emails for me. Okay, super easy to do. They could check each other's grammar and done. $20 a month tops, and that's if we're not considering what it would cost to actually have the hardware to run them, at home, which we do. I mean, I got multiple developers. We pay for the hardware. We run this stuff. It's not that expensive when you can run it in-house, and there's plenty of open source models that you can run in-house, okay? And yeah, we also pay for cloud servers, and yeah, expenses can get really high, especially when you're in the midst of doing big projects, right? But let's talk about this. The CEOs are just incompetent spending. Do we forget the metaverse debacle where we saw a CEO invest heavily into a bad idea, realize he was stupid, and do a huge pivot and dump that project? What do we see now? We see all of them pouring more money in and saying, no. Everyone crying about number too big. Oh, because, what about the cash flow? Oh, I'm sorry. Why was mega growth about cash flow? What the hell are you talking about? We're trying to compound, right? We're trying to compound exponentially. We're after the exponential tech, the next big thing. These CEOs are sitting there realizing that this is existential, that if they don't engage with this new tech, someone else will and put them out of business. And even Google's coming to the realization that, like, hey, we might have to become a hardware company because Gemini kind of sucks, and all the best leadership is leaving to start their own startups. Which, by the way, they wouldn't be leaving to start their own startups if it didn't freaking work. Okay, asinine. It's just like you don't live in reality. You're not paying attention to what this stuff is possible. Oh, there's no revenue. There is. There are companies in the reports. Go read my free newsletter that are saying there are efficiency gains with AI, but that doesn't even begin to understand why you need it, because it's like a why you can't handicap yourself. It's a competitive market. You know, it's not going to show up in your balance sheet that you're losing your competitors because they're more efficient than you, because all their employees are using AI and could get 3 times as much work done, and so you just lose in the market. They're just going to say you fell off. Okay, that might not show up in a balance sheet, but it's the cost to do business. It's the cost to survive, right? That might not show up in a balance sheet, but it might just be what you have to do. It just is. Okay. Why are we not having that conversation? Why can't we talk about that? Why are we listening to this guy feeding people's lizard brains so that we can feed his newsletter? He's got no money at stake. If I'm wrong about this, and it really is the end of the bubble, and AI truly is useless, and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of experts and people who are building stuff, and everything I've built and done with AI is just a fantasy delusion, and you know I'm on a shit ton of Ketamine and Ambien, and I'm hallucinating through life. then so be it. I'll lose a ton of money. This guy not gonna lose shit. But you trying to short the market and the other retail traders following this trash, you know, they're going to lose a ton of money. It's not on the chart. It's not in the fundamentals. And the tech's still growing, so the excitement goes on. Oh, but number 2 big. We've heard number 2 big for decades. That's not real analysis, okay? Come on. That's not even junior level analysis. 3 years ago, GPT was putting stuff out like that, okay? The tech doesn't really work. Well, you're probably using Gemini free, dummy. Okay, if you use free Gemini and you say this doesn't work, that's like me buying the new 5090 GPU and testing it with Microsoft Paint. I'm being like, do you even really need the high-tech GPU? You know, buying a sports car and letting it idle in the driveway and being like, oh no, the engine's not very impressive. Get out of here. You're a joke. This is a joke. It's a total grift. Get your head out of your ass. Go do some real due diligence. Actually play with the tech. Learn how to do it. Here's one of the things you can do. You can ask AI how to better use it. Maybe try that. Since you're such a genius, maybe you should have thought about that months ago when you went on this whole huge grift campaign. Freaking, dude, I can't handle it, man. It's one thing to say this is a bubble, because it probably is a bubble. And my argument isn't that it isn't a bubble. My argument is like, where are we at in that bubble? And you need to understand the end of the bull market is when you have the most money to be made, right? Because that's when things go parabolic. You know, the end of secular bull markets is some of the best compounding. And there's so many people who have missed so much compounding, listening to complete morons who have no money at stake, who have been sitting on the sidelines, shouting at the sky, keeping everyone else scared. Shut up, man. You're a joke. You know, no one should take this crap seriously. That's what I think. I got triggered enough to finally talk about it, okay? Eat one, Ed. Eat one.